Yeah.
Can you see I've just like almost woke up?
Yeah, okay.
Where's my links? Welcome to this episode of what's my channel called again? Trekkie Trek Trekker, where myself and Adam is going to talk about each episode from season 2 of Star Trek, air quotes, Strange New Worlds, written by some guy called Jordan Canning, don't care. Written by Catherine Lynn and Henry Alonso Myers. Henry Alonso Myers, maybe you can give a shout out to these shows if you've watched them, but he has written 15 episodes of Strange New Worlds because he is one of the showrunners. But prior to Strange New Worlds, he was the executive producer of The Magicians, which was a TV series on Sci-Fi. Never heard of it. Doesn't look any good. And he also helped write, as a producer again, a TV show called Covert Affairs. Guess what it was? CW drama. And he also partook in the Carrie Diaries. And 10 years ago, he did Ugly Betty, by the way. And Catherine Lynn, the second writer, has never actually written anything other than Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds. Everything prior to that, she was an associate producer or executive producer. Clearly, Adam, with this episode, we are dealing with top talent. Especially when you have to transfer a writer from Lower Decks into Strange New Worlds. So,
hey,
Adam, we'll start with first impressions.
Is that why there were so many shuttles involved in this episode? Because there seemed to be shuttles in Lower Decks all the time. So I was like, woo!
No idea. So what are your first impressions, Adam? Did you enjoy this? Was it a banger? Was it a 10 banger? 10 out of 10?
I will get the positives out of the way first because there are not many.
Okay.
I will get them out of the way. Positives include Spock and his mum. That's it. That's all I liked. I like the chemistry between those two. I like the dynamic and the on-screen sort of explanation and sort of presence of like Spock's history a little bit, and obviously the hardships that obviously his mother had to deal with marrying a Vulcan and living on Vulcan and dealing with that sort of stuff where he's just basically getting bullied on that planet basically, and just to sort of live with that whilst raising a son that's half and half. I like that. That's ideas from the past that have now been brought into this, obviously with the current characters being obviously TNG and stuff like that. But that's it. That's all I liked about this episode. The rest of it, my God, we have stuff to talk about and get through because what the hell? What are we doing again?
Do you remember when I texted you and I said, I've only managed to watch half of this?
Yeah.
I only watched half of this. Couldn't
finished it?
I couldn't finish it. I just couldn't get through it. I think when I was doing screenshots, it just ends. So when we do the video in the post-production, it's just
you're making me watch this shit. You finish it up. I suck it up.
Hey,
you
remember, you like this more than me.
You're the one who got me to watch it in the first place. Saying it's the best
this
interpretation of Star Trek you've seen for a while.
This is a courtesy to you, dude.
No.
Hey, at least I watched half of it. I mean, I got to the bit where his mum arrives and Pike said, "Do I have to be a part of this?" And she was like, "Yes." And the way she said it was really snippy. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. But then I went to bed and I just couldn't. So there's my positive. I only watched half of it.
Brilliant.
But I have a lot to say, so you might have to explain some shit to me on the tail end of this episode. I couldn't. And I really wanted to, but there was just other stuff to watch. You know what I watched yesterday? Instead, I watched The Dark Knight. I saw a YouTube review and I just banged it on, like, boom, there's 2.5 hours gone. I just couldn't get... I had the link open. I just couldn't do it. Sorry.
Sake. All right.
So...
Well, it's going to be a good review, isn't it?
Well, you're reviewing it. I'll just tag along.
This is not professional at all.
No, but I do have a lot to say about the actual incident with the aliens who are just thick as fuck, and I do have a lot to say about how they've written Spock to be such a retard when I don't think. Should we just start there then? Should we just start with Spock being a retard? So,
yeah.
Okay, your silence was the answer. Okay, then you get into the plot points. You inject any plot points you want into it. So the accident happens to Spock, and now he's fully human, but he has all the memories of being a Vulcan. And as we said in the last episode, he's already like 40 or 50 years in Vulcan years of age anyway, because he's really young, as they keep telling us, but he's still older than average than everybody on the ship, right? And just because he's now human doesn't mean, surely, that he's lost all his mental capability, human capabilities. If he's got the memories, I understand if the Vulcan brain is more complex and it allows certain repressions of emotions, but he should still have the ability to just calm himself down. He can't just be a teenager, can he? Can he really just be in that teenage mindset? And why isn't that convenient? Right, isn't that convenient as well that his mind regresses to a teenager, but his body doesn't?
Yeah.
It's like the writers want it both ways. Still got to have Ethan Peck, but we need to retard him so that we allow for these hijinks to happen. Anyway.
I mean, looking at it from like the other point of view, is like, why didn't she get turned into a Vulcan?
Because the aliens realized he was a hybrid, and they're against hybrids or half castes. Imagine if you were, who's that Formula One driver, the British one, half black, half white? Imagine if they put him through that alien machine. Would they make him black or would they make him white?
All right, that makes sense then. Because I was wondering that. I thought, why can she be Vulcan? But okay, that makes sense.
But which one? I actually want an answer.
I don't care. I don't care.
Because if they make him black, then we're pandering to a liberal.
With this analogy.
We're pandering to a liberal crowd. If they make him white, that means they hate black people.
Staying on Star Trek. We're not going to a weird analogy about black and white. Right? Stay on task.
Dude, we've got 40 minutes to pad out.
We are going to pad it out.
Okay, anyway, so now you've realised Miss Christine Chappell is full human, possibly. Yeah. But she did a 23andMe. Maybe she was like 1% black or something, and then removed that and didn't notice. Who knows? She has got white hair. Did look whiter in this episode.
Sure.
Okay, go on.
Also, I noticed, again, the recurring pattern in this series, this season 2 so far is, where are all the men? Like, seriously, where are all the guys? It's just Peck, the Doctor, and Spock. That's it. And then the other people the other people that introduced was then the stupid guy that was interviewing Chapel, and then the stupid guy number 2 that was with Spock's mum, and they were both idiots.
We know there's a misandrist sort of POV on this show, so of course the two Vulcan guys have to be assholes. Who, by the way, I'm taking your word for it. I never saw this Vulcan guy. I didn't watch it that far.
Oh,
but Sam Kirk is in this episode at the round table discussion, and there was two guys holding back Spock when he was getting angry about the crumbs on the table.
Again, those fleeting moments.
Did you notice Sam Kirk did like Kirk did? Yeah. If you've seen the meme where Kirk goes,
yeah,
it's weird. Fucking the attention to detail is so fucking weird. It's like they know what they're doing and yet they don't know what they're doing. But anyway,
that's what I mean. There's a strange blend of like these little
callbacks,
bits of knowledge. If you know all this information, why are these episodes so bad so far? Like, it just seems to be like there seems to be a writer's room and they have people in there that know shit, and then there's probably people in there like, nah, we're going this direction. This is what the story's going to be.
You know what's probably happened? They probably got some really nerdy guy on the cast or the crew, and he's like, I saw this episode where Kirk did that. You should do that for Sam Kirk as like a reference. And the writer's like, yeah, okay, it's not going to interfere with my agenda, is it?
Yeah,
it's like, no, it's not. We'll throw it in there. And you see that computer on Spock's desk? Make it look like the one from TOS. Oh yeah, okay, that won't interfere with my agenda. Sure, let's include it. Let's go a bit retro. Why not? As long as it doesn't interfere with my agenda, I'm fine with references.
I don't understand. And then Spock's just acting like an idiot when he's human, and he's just every emotion that could possibly be displayed, he has to then display. He loves food. He loves the smells. So he's overreacting about it and eating all the bacon, and then wondering why he's feeling sick.
But in that sense, did you notice that this episode is pro-meatitarian? It's like an FU to vegans. But at the same time, in the canon, Vulcans don't eat meat. So I don't know what's going on there. He just, now that I'm human, I'll eat meat now. It's okay. I'll just naturally just find it super enjoyable. None of his proclivities, habits from being a Vulcan sort of influence his human side as a memory.
It's just such a weird episode. It's just like, we've got to have a weird random episode. We'll make Spock human. And it starts out like, they're going to have an adventure. It's discovered an anomaly. This planet that used to house a civilization that was lost. The concept is there. It's interesting. It's like, okay, it starts out interesting. And it just goes into like Bizarro land with this shit. And it's like, where are we going now? And then it just has to infuse all the drama, and then it has to infuse like T'Pring and Spock's relationship, and then all the emotional shit, and then his mum, that T'Pring's mum, who's a complete bitch for some reason. I don't know why. I thought Vulcans were meant to be logical and stoic, and not have any of these fucking qualities. But then she comes in. You probably didn't see this bit, but she's just
No.
She seems dead. She's hyper aggressive and insulting, and like it's either I don't know if it was her husband or her partner or a servant even. Just the way she was speaking to him was a complete idiot. That's the person she was with. T'Pring's husband, not T'Pring's husband, T'Pring's mother's husband. He was being treated like an idiot. Like he liked Peck's food when he presented his food. Like he did some Vulcan culinary delights for them to entertain them and distract them basically. And the husband was like, "Oh wow, yeah, I really like this." And then the mum was like, "Oh no, you don't," or whatever. And it's like it's too salty or whatever. And he's like, "Oh no, I don't like it," and then puts it back. Like every guy is made to look like an idiot, and it's just.
And she's an overly aggressive woman.
Yeah, it just seems like the stereotypical mother-in-law sort of character type.
Not to sound racist, but was this Vulcan woman black by any chance?
Was she like Indian or something? She might be.
Might be Indian. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I don't friggin' know.
There is this,
why? What makes you say that?
Because there is this tendency. I've been watching a lot of videos about American culture and about the behavioral aspects of behavioral elements of what's allowable, and there is this enabling of hyper-masculine women to get what they want, even if they think these women can take on a man in a fist fight. It's enabled. A guy is supposed to always just sort of be stoic in reaction to a woman's sort of physical aggressive stance, and I'm just wondering if there was a parallel to that. But it's just only because of what I've been listening to and watching at the moment with these behaviors. That's all. So it's half joke, but also comes from a place where I'm seeing if this show is trying to reflect on enabling what real society is enabling.
I'm sure it probably is. They modern sort of times and modern situations, don't they now? All these writers and stories and series have to infuse what's going on in the world today into our entertainment. So it's great.
The other part I want to pick your brain on is this whole idea of memory. Do you really think that if you have a memory of something and that memory tells you not to do something, or you know not to do it, do you think if you became a woman, say, and I mean a full-on biological woman, do you really think that would change? That's the next best analogy I can think of, because Spock has these memories and these limitations that he's got as a memory. So he knows not to stick his hand in the fire just because he's a human now. Doesn't mean he's going to fully go against that idea. I think, well, what does that feel like? I'm going to stick my hand in the fire.
I just think that the show used this as an excuse to have him display all these different emotions, go through them like they're a massive problem for him, just so they can have like a montage of different reactions to different things. That's what they wanted. And it was just like, it was an easy way of just doing that and making him look stupid and comedic in different situations. It was like, oh, won't that be funny if he's like reacting to the smells of food and eating bacon? Won't that be funny if he's like the contrast of him being when he was Vulcan sitting with the people in the bar having fun? Now he's sitting in the bar having fun as a human, and look at him overlapping at different jokes and stuff like that and finding it hilarious, and he can't control himself. Isn't that funny? Oh, just fuck off. What are we in the when they were writing this and going, no, this is dumb, this is stupid, can we please do something else? It's borderline just ridiculous. It's just like, why are we putting this out onto the screen for national television for people to watch?
They haven't thought about it in a sense, well, what can we do that's more interesting or more high concept rather than just this lower decks. I'm going to say lower decks because of this Catherine lady who's come from lower decks. We've got this lower deck style of humor which doesn't really work anyway. Probably wouldn't work on lower decks. It's not that interesting. But you're not exploring anything. You're not doing any trekking. And you could have. Go on.
Even with lower decks, they are going to different planets and doing different things and encountering different aliens and civilizations. Even in that show that you don't particularly like, they're doing those things that are Star Trek in nature. But in this season, we're barely doing that. We're not even doing that. It's maddening.
The setup is wild, where they have to go to the Vulcan system and explore one of their own moons. It's like, didn't the Vulcans do this? Weren't the Vulcans a spacefaring nation easily for 1,000 years more than humans? And they haven't explored this part of of their own solar
they left
system yet.
it.
You think how much of our own solar system we've explored now in real life, and they're like, duh, and they've never seen this thing before. Really?
Yeah.
It just sounds implausible. And again, it goes back to that idea that they know certain things, like, oh, let's make this retro, let's do this reference to this episode, but with the Vulcans and their star system setup, let's just forget that they were a spacefaring nation like 1,000 years ago. That's why you've got Romulans, and they split up from over 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
All the mapping devices they would have had, just it boggles the imagination in terms of like, this is what they could have done in 1,000 years. Spaceships, not even warp drive, just spaceships.
I don't know the situation. It's like, say I don't know all the history in that. Is Spock actually married to T'Pring?
In
Is
TOS.
that actually a real thing? Yeah, is that a real thing? Is that a real thing that happened?
No, I don't think he does marry her.
Right. Okay. But she was a real character. She was a real character and stuff then.
Yes, she was a real character in TOS.
I'm just trying to find out if this is like, I was going to try and do it before we even met on the line and stuff. But I wanted to see if this was like fucking anything up, or if it was like messing with any sort of past lore, which I wouldn't put it past them to do, just to infuse this new relationship with Chapel.
In 2267, when Spock began suffering from Ponfar, and this is in TOS, by the way, T'Pring, however, preferred Ston instead and executed her right to claim Caliphie at the Kun Ut Tal Ifi ceremony, a Vulcan wedding. She picked James Kirk as her champion. Okay, so James Kirk had to fight Spock, and then she made Spock fight and kill Kirk, as far as I know. T'Pring reasoned that if Spock won, he would reject her for having chosen another, and she would have Ston. If Kirk won and killed Spock, he would not want her, and she would still have Ston. However, should Spock still accept her, he would likely be gone for several extended periods of time following his career in Starfleet, thus allowing her to be with Ston. Like, every possible permutation of this is that she wants to be with Ston, whoever this fucking guy is. I don't remember. Spock complimented her on her flawlessly logical reasoning, yet found a way to express his true opinion of her. He congratulated Ston on winning T'Pring, but cautioned him that having is not so pleasing a thing after all as wanting. T'Pring, for her part, was honoured at the compliment that Spock had thought her logic was flawless. Okay, so they eventually do not get married. They will not get married, and it ends in a fight where I don't think actually he kills Kirk. So she just looks like an asshole completely.
Okay, all right, okay. I just wanted to know because obviously they're messing around with a lot of things, and I just wanted to see it.
Right.
They were changing things, or if this like relationship came out of the blue or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, actually, he does kill Kirk. He thinks he does kill Kirk.
He does kill Kirk.
Yeah, he thinks he does.
Oh, he thinks he does. Okay.
Yeah. They trick Spock and they trick everybody else. Right. And this is important because in that episode, it's called A Mock Time if you watch it. After he's killed Kirk and then he finds out that Kirk is alive, he actually says, "Jim!" And then he goes stoic again. He has this one emotional outburst, which was a big deal all by itself for TOS and that character, all the way up to Undiscovered Country. Like, that was one of his few emotional outbursts. And here they dedicate a whole fucking episode to it. Like, he represses emotions, and didn't they say Vulcan emotions are stronger than human emotions? So if he's had practice repressing Vulcan emotions as a Vulcan, half Vulcan, human emotions should be piss easy to repress because he still understands stoicism. He still understands stoicism, doesn't he? The writers want their cake and to eat it, or whatever that. I need to look up what that is because I say that a lot, and I think I understand it.
Yeah,
everyone thinks I understand it, and they understand it.
Yeah, like I say, the episode just does it just for it to happen, just to make things happen. That's why it's in here. That's why they're doing it. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're going with all this thing. I don't know what's the next one.
I'm on IMDb now. We're already talking about the next episode.
Yeah. Because this was like a throwaway episode. You could literally skip this.
Lost in Translation. It's the rip-off of the title from that movie with the guy from Ghostbusters. Can't remember his name now. And Scarlett Johansson. Lost in Translation. Uhura seems to be
Bill
the only
Murray,
one.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Uhura seems to be the only one who can hear a strange sound that seems to trigger terrifying hallucinations. What makes her so special that she can hear things? Shouldn't Spock or number one have better hearing than her? What's going on there?
No, because she's female and she's in a new direction. I can't help it. It has to be said. Every episode and this whole season has been totally just misbalanced. I don't know what the hell's going on with it, man.
Yeah.
And it's so on the nose. I don't want to say it out loud, but I have to say what I see. What I see is like a complete misbalancing of like genders here. We've got like the whole crew seems to be female, pretty much primarily. Even in the bar, the women are acting like guys. They're all like getting pissed. They're like telling jokes in the bar. Spock's the only guy there with them because he's a namestay character. You know, it's like, oh, well, there's Spock. We got to have him on there. Christ, if they could get away with it, they probably just gender swap half this crew. They've already it's like, oh, Spock's female now, and Pike is also female now.
Yeah, but they did that last season. They made him female. Remember? When he swapped with his wife to bring a soon-to-be.
Oh yeah.
They already swapped him. They already swapped him as a woman.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, Adam. Why don't you remember? It was one of the highlight episodes of season 1, Adam.
Yeah.
So Spock's been a woman and he's been a kid. I mean, what's next for next season? He's going to be a fucking dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a dog. It's gonna be an animal of some sort. How can we fuck with these characters even more?
I know. Let's make him disabled. Why don't we make him black?
I just want them to go on space adventures, man. That's all I want. It's called Strange New Worlds. Please go to a different world. Please.
You're begging. You're actually just begging for something to be exploring about. But then saying that, what the fuck was the problem with these aliens? Because I was there for the first message where the aliens are like, we fixed him, now fuck off. We fixed him, now fuck off.
I felt like it was a call center. It was like a call center. We fixed that problem. We had no complaints out at that time. Bye.
Right. So, but explain it then. How did they wrap this fucking episode up, dude?
Well,
how did they convince the retard aliens?
Chapel, Uhura, and Ortegas got a shuttle. Flew to the anomaly. Yeah, that's just fly close to the anomaly again and try and contact them and ask them to reverse what they've done to our friend. All right, cool. So they go fly into the anomaly. They wake up in this weird mirror-like sort of reality, and these different, they're like lights or clouds or whatever, different colors, and they're called like yellow and blue or whatever. And they're like, oh, we need to speak to yellow. It's like, all right then. So yellow comes along. Yellow starts speaking to Chapel and stuff. And it's like, oh, we fixed your friend. Chapel's like, no, you didn't fix him. He's not the way he used to be. We need him back, but we need your help reversing what you did. And then for some reason, the cloud then asks Chapel, what's your relationship? Like, this makes a difference. Like, what's your relationship to your colleague? Like, oh, he's just a friend. And it's just like, oh, that's not good enough then. We can't help you. No, he's something more. He's something more than a friend. And then the other two are like egging her on, going, just tell the cloud thing what you mean, pissing around. You obviously don't say this, but I'm just paraphrasing what they're saying right now.
Although it'd be pretty good dialogue.
It'd be better than what they did. And she's like, oh, sometimes I have feelings for him. Sometimes it's complicated. And then it's like, and then the cloud, then the yellow starts telling Chapel that he diverted the shields to sort of like most of the brunt on her, for her. So it protected her, basically, the shielding, and he did that for her. And then she's like, oh my god. Things get resolved. The next minute, they're back on the ship, and she's got like this magical spray injection thing to make him Vulcan again. Here you go, you're Vulcan again. And then that was it. He's Vulcan again. Yay!
I don't understand. I understand if you want to, tie a bow in this episode, but the aliens don't need to know what your relationship. Surely, just purely on compassionate grounds, that is enough to say, listen, you changed my friend. Yeah. You changed my friend, so it's your responsibility. It doesn't matter how I feel about it. I'm just doing what's right. I don't need to expose my feelings.
It mattered. It mattered how it felt. She had to explain what their relationship was to this cloud thing, and then I don't know what happened, but obviously they got the antidote, because the next minute she's turning up just in the nick of time before the mind meld process of this whole ritual thing they're doing. And she goes in the bathroom with Spock, and she explains what happened, and she's like, oh, you didn't tell me you did the shields to save me. And he's like, obviously still in human form at this point. He's like, oh, I did it because they have feelings for each other or whatever. And before he can sort of like blurt out anything else, she injects him with the magical serum stuff to make him Vulcan again. And I was like, okay, cool. And that was the end of that. And then at the end of it, the ceremony's successful. Yeah, he tells to Pring's mum that Pring's mum says, oh, you've passed, the whole ceremony's over now. Or, you've overcome this ceremony, even though you've got like these shortcomings of handicap of being half human. So only a full Vulcan only can just do this. A human couldn't possibly do it. And then he reveals to the mum that he was human all along during the entire ceremony thing. And he takes his little rubber ears off. They made rubber ears for him, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that bit.
And everyone's like, oh my god, you're a human person. And then Yeah, and then he has a little moment with his mum, and then tells Spring's mum to suck it, basically. And then happily ever after, and then Spring and Spock have a little conversation afterwards. Spring's not happy that Spock didn't tell her, what was going on, but he was like saying that he wanted to try and save her from that because she was going through a lot of crap with her mum, spending time with her mum and all that. He didn't want to burden her with this as well. And she's like, oh no, that's not good enough. You should have shared it with me, blah, blah, blah. I think we should take a break. So they take a break. They're on a break now. So they go their separate ways. And then, of course, after a bit later, Spock and Chapel find each other and then,
Do they?
yeah, ended up doing it, I think, because it just ends with them kissing at the end and then, I guess, falling onto a bed. And then that's that. So they're doing it now. So that's that.
But in TOS, she always has feelings for him, and he doesn't reciprocate. She's always showing interest, and he doesn't reciprocate. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. They should just say it's alt universe, but at this point, it's not, the canon is not going to align unless memory wipe shenanigans happen.
Probably.
With Sarek in this episode.
No.
That's interesting.
He's mentioned, but he wasn't in it.
You would need a big actor to cast Sarek, I think.
Yeah. This episode was just basically just get Spock and Chapel together by the looks of it.
Right.
And that was it. That was the end result. And I don't care. I couldn't give a shit.
The whole thing about, oh, you're only half human, that Schneid remark, that was in the J.J. Abrams first movie, where he's up against the Academy, and they're saying that we're not going to let you in because of there's problems with you because you're half human. And then he just gives him the middle finger and he heads off to Starfleet, even though he scored tried harder than everybody else.
Yeah.
They were just repeating beat for beat certain things.
I think the Spock is a blend of obviously Leonard Nimoy Spock and the other one from J.J. Abrams' film. It's like a blend between the two. I don't mind.
If you could give this episode a rating.
No, it shouldn't even exist. It's just it's a one.
You watched a one. Okay, you watched it, so okay, you got a one. I only watched half of it, so I can only give it. It's not fair, is it? If I want to be really fair and balanced, I should watch it all and then give it a rating.
Well, yeah.
But I'm not going to, so I can't give it a rating. It's got a unclassified for me.
I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't watch it. I wish this didn't exist.
If we do a whole season review, I'll have all our scores available. And
right, cool. It's not looking good though for this season.
Your favourite one is the time travel one.
I know. With Lan.
Who'd have thought, huh?
I want her to be more in it. She's been more, I don't know, what is it, developed in this season so far as a character, which is completely ridiculous. Who'd have thought? What the hell? Even as well, Spock even he sort of hinted towards he was looking at her at one point. He's like, oh, I'm having different feelings.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Like a teenager, and then eyed her up a bit. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and did you? Oh, actually, you reminded me. She's the security officer, and she's supposed to deal with infractions and fights among the crew and everything. And yet he's asking for advice, and she's like, "I'm not helping you with this." And I don't mean that it's an implication of he should have a sexual release on her or of some kind. I just mean that she is incapable. I don't know if your mind went there or if anybody else thinks of that if they've got this far in this episode. But I mean, she needs to have other ways to delegate or suggest things, and professionally she doesn't. She just says she just flips him off, whereas I'm sure the ship has a counselor on board. I suggest you go there because you are now outside my ability to help you or deal with the situation, but she doesn't. It's just like a little remark and then move on to the next scene for comedic purposes, because she's supposed to be uncomfortable with this. So let's acknowledge that, but she could have just been professional and just sent him to the counselor's office, or even Umbenga, and have him go have a round on the punch bags. Yeah, that's what everyone else does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
imagine that. He's the doctor and he's the boxing instructor as well.
Yeah, I know he is. He's like Morpheus, the shit.
You can't just create a new character just temporarily, like an old-timey friend as a secondary character who's there. It's a bit weird. It's like when on Voyager, just to go on an aside for 3 minutes, with the 3 minutes we got left, on Voyager, Tom Paris was the pilot, the best pilot on board, the main pilot, and then he had to do medical duties. He was also the nurse being trained up as a doctor. Yeah. And it's like, why? You're telling me that nobody else in the Blue Division, which is the sciences division, who did biology of any kind, they couldn't become the doctor's assistant? after Kez left,
Mm.
or while Kez was there. It just seemed implausible that he couldn't do both roles. And at one point, the Doctor was going to leave Voyager, so that he would become the main Doctor on board. It's like, really? Come on. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm against that kind of doubling up of characters' abilities, even in old Trek, classic Trek. I'm not just picking on new Trek, basically. So they should create like a proper stunt coordinator character. It's not stunt coordinator, stunts, like a PE teacher who hosts classes and stuff. Yeah, not on Beggar.
They need something.
Yeah, but I understand they need to give him something to do for some reason when he's just a doctor, and McCoy was a doctor, so it's fine.
Well, he's a doctor and martial artist and everything in it. So
yeah, all because of the Klingon War, we find out probably from the first episode, right?
Yeah,
all of us. Oh, fair enough. Still got a decent discussion considering I didn't watch half of it.
Oh yeah, we got a decent discussion because it's bloody comical.
So, but what does that say? What does that say about either the? Well, you've just commented on the episode. What does that say about our discussion abilities, Adam? That we can host a conversation about something that I didn't watch, and we've just got enough.
But you watched.
To go on.
You watched half of it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it was 57 or 59 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like the longest episode so far. I need to double check that. For a comedy episode. Holy shit. Couldn't stand if it was like a time travel, episode like the Khan one, or even season 1, episode 10, the last episode is like a 1 hour spectacular. But Spock eating bacon isn't worth it. Yeah, anyway. Watch the nitpicking nerds review of this episode. It's really interesting. We don't have time, but he mentions about the bar and all the lights in the bar. Like if you have a ship fight, all that glass is going everywhere. It's not practical. Yeah, it's a good review. He watched it. It lends credence to the idea that they're not thinking things out. It's just pure style over substance.